During the early 15th century BC, ancient Egypt entered its third and final golden age, following the expulsion of Pharaoh Ahmose I by the Hyksos invaders. Pharaoh Hatshepsut, Ahmose's granddaughter and a key figure in this prosperous era, significantly contributed to the empire's success by expanding trade routes and constructing remarkable architectural wonders. Hatshepsut's achievements as a female pharaoh solidified her position as one of the most accomplished rulers in ancient Egyptian history. Born in 1508 BC to Pharaoh Thutmose I and Queen Ahmose, Hatshepsut grew up in the royal court alongside her siblings, who tragically passed away at a young age. After her father's death, Hatshepsut's half-brother Thutmose II ascended the throne and married her to legitimize his claim. Despite the challenges she faced, including the unexpected death of her husband and the young age of her stepson and heir, Hatshepsut's role as queen regent showcased her strength and determination in ruling Egypt. Following 7 years of serving as queen regent, Hatshepsut made the bold decision to seize the opportunity presented by her influential position and proclaim herself pharaoh of Egypt. Despite the undeniable legitimacy of her lineage, her gender posed a significant challenge. In order to validate her authority, Hatshepsut asserted that she was the offspring of Ammonius, the Egyptian deity of air, and that it was his divine will for her to govern Egypt. She elaborated on how Ammonius had inhabited her father's body one fateful night, resulting in her mother's pregnancy with her. This audacious strategy carried considerable risk, yet ultimately proved successful, garnering the backing of high-ranking officials, including Senenmut, the overseer of royal affairs, who was rumored to have been her lover. Hatshepsut, in addition to her prestigious lineage, divine right, and aristocratic support, utilized propaganda to solidify her claim by portraying herself with a male body in a false beard in numerous statues and sculptures. Despite reaching the status of pharaoh, the notion of a woman leading troops in battle, a role traditionally held by men like her father and husband, was still considered unimaginable. To showcase her leadership abilities, Hatshepsut directed the empire's army to embark on a mission to discover new trade routes. She dispatched her troops on an expedition to the land of Punt, a kingdom shrouded in legend that had not been visited by Egyptians for over 5 centuries. Although the exact location of Punt remains unknown, it is widely believed to have been situated along the southern shores of the Red Sea or the Horn of Africa. The empire experienced immense prosperity and abundance as a result of the project's resounding success. Upon their return, the Egyptian army brought back a wealth of valuable resources, such as gold, ivory, frankincense, and myrrh. Hatshepsut, the first ruler in history to accomplish such a feat, successfully transplanted trees from foreign lands by safeguarding their roots in baskets during the journey back to Egypt. Additionally, Hatshepsut holds the distinction of being the first recorded individual to utilize charred frankincense as eyeliner after grinding it into powder. Various prizes acquired included rare creatures like monkeys, leopards, and giraffes. This highly successful journey greatly enhanced the pharaoh's family's fame and standing. The substantial boost in commerce offered financial backing for Hatshepsut's innovative pursuits, particularly in architecture. Countless grand construction ventures were initiated by Hatshepsut across Upper and Lower Egypt. Notable among them are the colossal structures built in the Karnak Temple. The temple is a renowned construction site that has been utilized by numerous pharaohs across generations. Hatshepsut erected massive twin obelisks made of pink granite at the temple's entrance, which were offered to the deity Ammonius. Although one of these obelisks is still standing today, making it the oldest surviving obelisk in Egypt, the other has collapsed and remains in 2 pieces. Hatshepsut commissioned the creation of a larger obelisk, but the endeavor was halted when cracks appeared in the granite. The foundation stone of the unfinished obelisk remains connected to it, providing a unique opportunity to observe the ancient Egyptian stoneworking methods. Even today, one can still see the chisel marks and traces of color, offering a fascinating insight into their craftsmanship. Among the numerous architectural endeavors undertaken by Hatshepsut, the most remarkable one is the funerary edifice constructed in her name, famously referred to as the Holy of Holies. The mortuary temple houses statues that depict the divine birth of the pharaoh queen and her successful expeditions to the exotic land of Punt. This temple served as an inspiration for future pharaohs to construct their own extravagant cult buildings, yet none could surpass the magnificence of Hatshepsut's creation. However, her stepson Thutmose III later commanded the removal of Hatshepsut's presence from historical records. The reasons behind this partial erasure of her legacy remain a subject of debate. Some Egyptologists argue that it was driven by resentment towards a female pharaoh. Nevertheless, there is no concrete evidence to support this claim. During her reign, Hatshepsut appointed Thutmose III as the leader of the empire's army and showed no intention of overthrowing him through a military coup. Furthermore, it took approximately 20 years after her death for Hatshepsut's image to gradually vanish from public structures. Certain archaeologists propose that her successors simply aimed to disassociate her from her role as the ruler of Egypt. It is possible that the success of Athana's rule could serve as an inspiration for other women to aspire to positions of power. This, in turn, could potentially disrupt the long-standing patriarchal system that has historically favored male leaders. The decision to allow a female pharaoh may have been seen as a violation of Ma'at, the ancient Egyptian goddess associated with balance, order, and morality. On the other hand, it could also be speculated that this decision was made to bolster the claim of Amenhotep II, Hatshepsut's step-grandson, who had no direct lineage to the royal family. Efforts to expunge her memory from history proved to be futile. Egyptologists theorize that Hatshepsut inadvertently poisoned herself by using an ointment containing a carcinogenic substance. Examination of her mummy through a CT scan indicated that she suffered from bone cancer in her final years, leading to her demise in 1458 BC at the age of 50, following a reign of over 2 decades. She was interred in the Valley of the Kings, situated on the western bank of the Nile close to Thebes, as the second pharaoh after her father. The Valley of the Kings ultimately housed the remains of over 60 pharaohs from the New Kingdom of Egypt, spanning the 18th, 19th, and 20th dynasties. Hatshepsut, through her impeccable lineage and strategic prowess, defied societal norms and emerged as one of the most remarkable pharaohs in ancient Egyptian history. If you enjoyed this video, please show your support by liking, commenting, subscribing, and clicking the bell icon for future content. Thank you.